Hello, everybody. We are with Kristen and AkaneChibaVR with the Battlebots pregame show on the Macho Go Savage channel, the premium cream of the crop Battlebots content on Twitch. Kristen, why don't you tell everyone through the video scope how you're doing today? I'm muted. Kristen, tell everyone through the video scope how you're doing today.
I was like, oh man, I don't know what he's saying right now. Hi, happy Thursday. I'm doing great. I'm really glad tomorrow's Friday, but I'm even more glad that tonight is Battlebots.
We have a very special guest, Akane. Akane, why don't you tell everyone through the video scope how you're doing, and on a scale of 10 to 1,000, how excited are you for Battlebots today? Yeah!
Hello, happy Tuesday. Thank you very much for inviting me out. I'm surprised.
It's not Tuesday, Akane, it's Thursday.
Is it? Did I say Tuesday? Whoa.
One of the T's.
Are you serious? Battlebots is on Thursdays, Akane.
It's different out here in space. Give me a break. Earth time doesn't work out here. Come on. Happy Thursday, everybody. It's a pleasure to be out here. How hyped am I for this? Dude, we've got 2 possible grudge matches that could happen. Like, I'm beyond. It's like 1,000 doesn't even cut it right now. I am super amped up to see what the hell happens throughout this entire showdown that's going on.
It is the Golden Bolt Tournament. That means the winner of this bracket gets to take on Scorpios. Akane, Kristen, why don't you guys say everyone to YouTube? These will be posted on YouTube here soon with my wonderful editor, BZ. He's been doing a great job. Why don't you say hi? Everyone in chat, why don't you say hello to YouTube?
YouTube.
Hey, what's up, YouTube?
We are going to get into the matches. The first fight we have over by Macho, the big deal. And we got Bloodsport over by Kristen. Kristen, why don't you take it away? Tell us your thoughts.
All right. This one to me is a bit of a no-brainer. Bloodsport's for sure gonna win this, as long as their weapon works. They have had it a few times where their weapon breaks and then sets themselves off-centered and then they just kill themselves. But I can't see that happening against the Big Dill. They are a decent driving team, the Big Dill, but they have no weapon to go against a very powerful weapon that Bloodsport has. So they're gonna die.
Well, I mean, given the track record that I've seen from Bloodsport, as long as they remember to not run the weapon continuously, it shouldn't overheat unless they've fixed it in previous revisions. All I know is that the Big Deal, if it gets hit hard enough on those forks, it's going to become absolutely worthless. Those forks will probably bend, and if they can't use their forks, then what's the point of them? They'll get slammed into the wall, and then Bloodsport's just going to, obviously make a sport out of them. So that's about it. That's at least my opinion. I've seen Bloodsport in the past just shred people, just shred them.
Macho can obviously respect the name game of the Big Dill. But the Big Dill is more of a big jabroni. That's what Big Dill is. A big dill green colored jabroni. You know who is the jabroni? Bloodsport. Bloodsport, although a rocky season last year, has been a proven devastating robot. And you know what isn't a proven devastating robot? The Big Dill. The big jabroni over here by Macho. Gross! It's over by Macho. It's gonna get its jabroni all over me. Macho hates that. Big Dill is going to be vaporized by Bloodsport. It's gonna be a murder scene. Quite like what we saw last week with Rotator exploding in the battle box. It's not even gonna be close. Macho hopes that the Big Dill has some sort of wedge. The forks, I think, are useless against a horizontal spinner. Vertical spinner, that's a different story. Horizontal spinner, Macho's not so sure. Control bots, you'll see the Battlebots boomers, as I like to call them. Say, ooh, we need more control bots in the field. Jabroni, what do you mean? We want big ass weapons. I want to see stuff blow up. You want to see more pushing matches? Disgusting. Right now, we are talking about Blade over by Macho and Kraken over by Kristen. Kristen, what are your thoughts on this one? Who's going to win and why?
Okay, this one I think will be a decent match if Blade has a stronger weapon than they've had in the past. So as long as they come out with like not a crumply weapon, it should be a good match because Kraken is very good at driving. They are very good at being a control bot as long as they don't get their head decapitated. If Blade comes out working, it could be decent. I've yet to see them be decent though. So just with going along with history of matches that have actually been fought, I'm going with Kraken here.
I mean, it's true. I feel that Kraken may be a little lightly armored, and you're right. As long as Blade actually comes out, this is what, version 3 of Blade? So So hopefully they have a much stronger weapon. There's also, again, another motivation for them to want to try and get to Scorpios, because the team hailing from Seoul, Korea got their tush kicked in real bad on the introduction to this entire sport. Yes. It feels bad, it was more than, getting there. They cashed a check their tush couldn't check or cash or something like that. And it was a slaughter out there. Absolutely ridiculous. Put into the corner and just Scorpios had their way with them. It was just not a pleasant match for them. I'm hoping that maybe they've done some adjustments, especially with this revision 3, that they're going to try and come out from the gate swinging hard to try and get to Scorpio so they can get their revenge for their humiliating defeat the first time they came into the Battlebot circuit.
With the first showing of Blade, it put off how Macho is going to say this politely. Let's just say heavy jabroni energy, right? They, for some reason, made their blade out of aluminum, which is basically like making that spinner out of a bar of chocolate. It snapped in half almost every match. And in fact, you can see this little edge on the side of it, right? It has a dagger on the side of it, which seems like a good idea to rip and tear parts off. But as soon as you get to the side of the battle box, that side of the blade is gonna stick right into it and snap straight off. Which is what happened. It was not pretty, nor was it appetizing like a bar of chocolate. It was, you don't want to eat aluminum. The last time Kraken went against the horizontal spinner, it damn near got split in half and exploded. Is Kraken re-energized after that? Kraken has always been expertly piloted by a very talented driver. Always criminally underrated in the driving category. Too bad its weapon is a big fat jabroni. If Kraken had a big spinner, a big more powerful weapon, Kraken, we would be kissing the shoes of Kraken right now. But right now it is teetering on jabroni territory. Ooh, it's close. Will it teeter over to the side of jabroni energy? Will Blade redeem itself as not a jabroni? Macho thinks that Blade is going to win and redeem itself and not fall into the jabroni category. With its last record going against a horizontal spinner, Kraken, Macho cannot in his right mind go and say Kraken's gonna be another horizontal spinner. Macho can't. Macho's smarter than that. Macho can see the past, present, and future of Battlebots, and he is predicting a convincing victory from Blade. That Blade spins up super fast. It can flip itself over. It's quick. It means business. Which bot sets the bar for jabroni territory? That's a good question. Do you guys know what bot sets it? It's
I know.
I can't remember.
Rusty, you know.
I can't remember what bot it is.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
We got Deadlift over by Macho, and we got newly redesigned awesome blacksmith over by Kristen. Kristen, take it away. Who do you think's gonna win this match and why?
This match, also kind of an interesting one. Deadlift is okay, but they don't have a real weapon. It's just a grappler. So against Blacksmith, they're not gonna do much. I think they're gonna lose that arm, unfortunately, and Blacksmith's gonna get the win here.
All right, Akane, the new Battlebots enthusiast, Akane. Who do you think's gonna win this fight between Deadlift and Blacksmith?
Given Blacksmith's past, I've seen that they did redesign. They did a couple of changes here, so I'm hoping to see a little more use out of their weapon. Now, it's going to be interesting, a grappler versus, a horizontal. I'm guessing it's a blade now. That's what they're using, which is interesting choice. And we've got one's very low profile, and the other one's very high profile. I really want to push it in the sense that Deadlift's rewriting mechanism is going to work. Hopefully it does its job, but I don't know. I'm going to give it up to Blacksmiths because, Blacksmiths work very hard. He's got the whole looking spinning axe. Also, I like the color green because green reminds me of what the Chiba Corporation makes. It's a lot of money. So let's go with Blacksmith.
Yeah, everyone looking through the video scope. Members of the Buff Nation, as you will. You look at Deadlift, right? You see a big muscular arm, and you think Macho, as when accustomed to the macho art of oiling up big, huge, oily, glistening muscles, would be a fan of said Deadlift with the big muscular arm. You know what Macho can also see? He can see fake natties, and Deadlift is screaming fake natty energy, the anti-Macho, if you will. And you know what?
Ooh.
You know what Macho's gonna say? You can take that big muscular arm of yours. You can maybe tie it in a knot, fold it in half. You can
Turn that something sideways and stick it straight up your
candy ass. Deadlit is going to stand no chance against the hammer saw of Blacksmith. Blacksmith has put up a good showing, but of course has been robbed by the selection committee, robbed by the judges. Too long. Today is Blacksmith's night. Blacksmith's night. We are going to see it here first. Macho is going all in on Blacksmith. We are going to go on to the next fight. We got Switchback and Lucky over by Kristen. Kristen, who do you think's gonna win this one?
Okay, Lucky is definitely going to win this one. And I'll tell you why. It is because Switchback sucks so bad. They suck so bad. They can barely get their weapon to do anything, let alone drive with it functioning. All Lucky has to do is really like punch them once, knock them over, they're done.
Akane, what are your thoughts on this match?
Okay, so between the hedge trimmer and the thing that's actually gonna, actually win, I don't know. Switchback, Razorback, hedge trimmer. Probably good to use that to do my my lawn, but I don't have a lawn over here in the space station. Unfortunately, we all got artificial grass. I don't know. That thing looks like it gets hit on its side. It's gonna be done like a turtle, and that's it. Lucky's gonna hit it real hard, and I don't know. That's gonna be a quick match. It's gonna be like Tyson in his prime.
Kristen and I were tuning up Switchback's horn of its universal vertical spinner, moving up and down. It's a unique design, something we've never seen before, yeah. But little did we know that it was a big jabroni, yeah. You would think that that spinner going up and down would be a big advantage, but it is so slow. In fact, Macho is going to tell you how slow it is. It is so slow that you could get canceled on Twitter with a Google Doc, write a terribly worded Google Doc about getting canceled, disappear from Twitter, come back on Twitter, tweet about your $9,000 Live 2D model, take down the tweets because everyone's pissed, say it's not about money, even though clearly everyone knows that you only do VTubing for money, come back, get canceled again, write another Google Doc, poorly worded Google Doc about getting canceled, and the Switchback spinner still would not be on the other side of the bot because it is so slow. Yeah, you can take that vertical spinner moving up and down, you can fold it in half, tie it in a knot, turn that something sideways, and stick it straight up your candy ass. Lucky is gonna load all the accusations, all the Google Docs, all the art, the terrible, gross art onto that flipper, and he's gonna weigh it all in. And is Macho even talking about Switchback anymore? Macho's gonna tell you who I'm talking about. It doesn't matter what his name is! And Lucky's gonna take all that, and he's going to chuck it up into the sky so high that people are gonna forget about you again. No one's gonna remember you, Switchback, because you're a big fat jabroni, and you haven't even been canceled on Twitter yet. We're going to go on to our semi-final matchups. Kristen's semi-final matchup between Bloodsport and Kraken. Kristen, take it away.
If this matchup happens, this is where Kraken's luck will end, for sure. Because Bloodsport is also great at driving, and when your only capabilities as a bot is to drive well and control the match, but you go up against another bot that can also drive well and has a weapon, you stand no chance. So, that's how that's going to go. Bloodsport's just going to whip Kraken around, knock out the teeth if they didn't get knocked out already, and win this one.
I have Blade versus Bloodsport. The literal, I want to get my revenge against my oppressor anime plot is right there in front of these two horizontal spinners to get at Scorpio. That is, and in my opinion, when it comes down to it, Bloodsport's going to make mincemeat of Blade. Ooh. I don't think they've armored up Blade, in my opinion. Blade doesn't feel like it's armored up enough. Sure, they may have slightly more reach, but I feel that with the low profile that Bloodsport has, that wouldn't be too much of an issue. From what I'm hearing, is a great driver, and I've seen it too. Great driving on Bloodsport's, part right there. And I'm pretty sure the outmaneuver is going to happen. Going to get juked. Blade's going to get hit in the side, and that's it. Just one hit to the rear, done. Like a tank. Easy enough. That's my opinion. I respect Blade for trying to come back with the Revision 3, stronger weapons, and hopefully more armor. But I feel Bloodsport is out here to win it, to get that second chance at Scorpios.
Bloodsport has been able to go the distance. Blade, on the other hand, we have not even seen if it's capable of taking hits. Is it capable? Ooh, we're gonna find out today. But Macho is gonna go with the proven winner of Bloodsport. Blacksmith and Lucky. Kristen, who do you think's gonna win this one and why?
This is going to be a good fight. To be honest with you guys, if this fight doesn't happen, if somehow the two other bots make it to this fight, I'm going to be shocked, especially because all three of us unanimously were like, yeah, Blacksmith and Lucky, they're going to win. Both bots have in the past had some reliability issues, so it's really a coin toss here. But I think just based on weapon power, Blacksmith is going to win.
Akane, who do you think's gonna win this match between Blacksmith over by Macho and Lucky over by Kristen? Who's gonna win?
Well, luckily enough, it doesn't look like they have Blacksmith doesn't have to worry about any type of piercing damage, so internal mechanisms are going to be fine. If Blacksmith is able to outmaneuver Lucky and get one hit on that side, they can start causing problems for them. So with that weapon, as long as the weapon works, you know, as you know, Kristen said, there's reliability issues. I'm hoping Blacksmith's weapon doesn't have any issues whatsoever in any form, shape, or form. I really want to put my money on Blacksmith as long as there's outmaneuverability and I can see some great skill from the driver in order to deal with such an issue right here, because you know it's kind of in their favor. Damage the internal parts, hit it hard enough a couple of times, pierce the armor, and there you go. You have a bot that can't really function anymore, you know. Or Lucky's just gonna bully Blacksmith around, flip it on its side, keep pushing it into the side, and just win. Hopefully we don't go to a judgment decision. I want to see some shredding here. So it's interesting to see how this is going to go down. Again, I'm giving it up to Blacksmith, hoping that they can do some outmaneuverability and hit Lucky where it really hurts. But it can go both ways, unless we have two weapon malfunctions.
Lucky has an amazing driver, yeah. They brought in this hotshot RC racer, yeah, who honestly is the real deal. He seems like a pretty awesome guy. That guy's the real deal. Now Lucky is a pneumatic flipper, so every flip gets less and less powerful, just by a little bit. Yeah, when it comes to Al Kindle and Blacksmith, Al Kindle can build a durable bot. I think the most valuable YouTube video in Battlebots history is Blacksmith slowly dying to Minotaur and exploding at the end after Minotaur disintegrated Blacksmith to the very last piece. It took everything to put Blacksmith out of commission, and it is wild. That video has like millions of views on YouTube. But now, Blacksmith is a different animal, a different beast. We've gone from Blacksmith's hammer always breaking off to it just having a limp noodle flying around to a hammer saw, which we have seen be effective in several bots, such as Scorpios, Saw Blaze, and now Blacksmith. Blacksmith was robbed by the selection committee to not get into the tournament last year, where instead they put in a bot by the name of,
It doesn't matter what your name is!
Today is Al Kindle's night. He's gonna go to the casino after it, put it all on black, and walk away with $1 million bajillion because he cannot lose tonight. Lucky's flipper is on the top. In perfect striking distance of Blacksmith, it's going to get destroyed by the hammer saw. Lucky's gonna be out of commission. It is Blacksmith's night. He has moved on to the finals to face Bloodsport. Who's gonna win? Kristen, take it away through the video scope.
Bloodsport is going to win. They are hungry for that win. I know Blacksmith is also hungry to prove themselves, that they've still got it, that they're killing it. If they hammer down on Bloodsport once that spinner is fully spun up to speed, that hammer
is... Do you think Al Kindle would make such a silly mistake, Kristen?
You never know. You never know. You blink in the battle box and a mistake is made. I'm all about the theme of tonight. Anything could happen, literally anything. We have no idea. And I think it would be cool if Bloodsport won here. So I'm going with them.
Let's put it this way. Bloodsport has lost to Scorpios, and Blacksmith, right, wouldn't say roughly the same design, is a heavily armored version of Scorpios. But Scorpios has got that punch into every one of its hits, right? So what I'm wondering what's going to happen is Bloodsport going to beat down Blacksmith. And remember, Blacksmith can take a beating, like one hell of a beating. And it will come down to a war of attrition if Bloodsport's weapon malfunctions. As long as it doesn't overheat, it doesn't get hit too hard, internals are fine, then I can see Bloodsport winning, just hitting it a couple of times and trying to disable its weapon if possible. Anything can happen. We can see Blacksmith somehow send Bloodsport flying because of whatever deflection crazy stuff happens. and then we'd have, you know, Scorpios versus Blacksmith, which would be interesting, but Bloodsport's hungry. They want that victory. They want a chance to get the revenge against Scorpios, and that's what they're gonna go for. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen when it comes down to it.
We got Bloodsport. We got Blacksmith. Now you guys all are talking about Bloodsport being hungry. Well, you know who else is hungry? Al Kendall of Blacksmith. He has been hungry for years. Itching away. Hell, he had a winning record last year. Where was Blacksmith in the tournament last year? Where was he? Instead, you put in the jabroni that, you know what? This is how the conversation went. Blacksmith went up to the bot that got in over him, and he
What
said,
is your name?
I told you
It doesn't matter what your
name is! But you know who is going to ascend from its jabroni status tonight? It is Blacksmith. Blacksmith is going to come. It's going to smother that horizontal spinner of Bloodsport. Now, I will say, with the spinner being on top of Bloodsport, not a great matchup for Blacksmith. He's got to pick its shots carefully. I don't think that the hammer saw will be able to cut directly through that spinner, but if it catches it in just the right spot, there's no armor. There's no armor on top of Bloodsport. It believes that its horizontal spinner is its armor, and once Blacksmith gets in that right spot, it's gonna be eating good. It's gonna be eating good tonight. And as soon as it gets to a judge's decision, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? I'm convinced that they hate Al Kendall over there, the judges. Al Kendall must have, I don't know, done something to them. Who knows what happened? No one knows what's happened. Everything's all paid off. It's probably controlled by the mafia.
He probably just didn't bribe them.
He didn't give them enough money. Al Kendall is going to ascend to non-jabroni status, even though I know Bloodsport has a bigger weapon that covers more of the bot. It doesn't matter. Al Kendall's going to find a way. Bloodsport's going to break. And Blacksmith is going to be able to take on Scorpios, who is on the golden desk today, defending the gatekeeper, as you will. Kristen and Akane, you incorrectly have Bloodsport and Scorpios in your final matchup. Now remember, the tournament is to find out who goes against Scorpios. It's not a typical tournament. So the winner goes against Scorpios. That's how this works. It's a little bit different. So, Kristen, who do you think is going to win against Scorpios and Bloodsport?
You know, Bloodsport has lost to Scorpios in the past, wants to get revenge, but I don't think they're going to get it tonight, guys. I just don't. Every episode we have watched, the gatekeepers have lost. And last week I said was the week that the gatekeeper's gonna win, and I clearly was incorrect. Scorpios here, they're gonna remain the champs, I think, tonight, because they are surprisingly buff. Just looking at them, you're like, oh, they got like pretty teal, which like I love, favorite color. Basic weaponry, all that stuff. No, they are a beefy team, and I think they are going to murder Bloodsport here.
Mr. Akane over there in space. Can you hear me? Who's going to win this one and why?
If Bloodsport can avoid taking an actual dead-on hit to their circuitry, then they might have a chance. But they have to show that they're a fantastic driver. They have to bait and switch. They have to sit here and play mind games rather than try and be super aggressive. The thing is, Scorpios is built for people to try and rush at them super aggressively. Look at the front of that thing, all right? It's going to bring you to it. You're going to get slammed down. That's it. That's going to be it. That weapon is a hell of a lot heavier and has a lot more power than what Blacksmith is probably putting out. Hence why you can see...
Use me!
Listen.
Watch your tongue over there, Akane.
Whoa!
Someone's taking offense. Unless both people have been studying one another, both teams have been studying one another, we're going to see one hell of a fight. Like, this could be the chance that Scorpios can turn the tide of this whole curse of the gatekeeper and win just with 1 or 2 direct hits to Bloodsport circuitry. Am I saying that Scorpios is going to win? No. Am I going to say that Bloodsport's going to win? Yes. And I will die on that hill, and you can sit there and say that Blacksmith has been robbed, and I'm still going to say Bloodsport's going to win.
Clearly, Blacksmith is going to go against Scorpios here. Macho's not really sure what you guys are seeing, but Macho can see into the past, present, and future. You guys tend to forget this. Blacksmith is going to take Scorpios to school here. Alkindle is going to come in like a bat out of hell and just destroy Blacksmith. It's not even going to be close. Alkindle has been built up. All this pent-up energy, all this pent-up masterful driving that he is just ready to unleash onto the Battlebots world. It is the age of Alkindle, and we are here to bear witness today. Alkindle is going to go to the Golden Bolt tournaments. Alright, so thank you all for coming. We'll see you guys next week. Only 2 more episodes left. Macho hopes to see you there. Have a good one. See you guys next week.
Bye.